Hey everyone! Since getting back from Europe, I've just attended another brand building workshop by SANY Heavy Industry. So today, let's see how Chinese factories are fighting their way out of the price wars. First, let me ask you a question. When you think of made in China, what's the first word that pops into your head? Cheap? Good value? OEM? Or maybe knockoffs? To be honest, 10 years ago when I first started in foreign trade, I thought the same thing. Back then, our biggest bargaining chip in negotiations was simply having the lowest price. If a client pushed for a lower price, I'd drop it immediately. Eventually, margins were paper thin and clients still complained about the quality. But today, I want to share a completely different story with you. There's this Chinese company that sells its products abroad for more than Caterpillar, and they're still selling like crazy. Their excavators are taking market share from Komatsu in Indonesia, their cranes are going head-to-head with Liebherr in Europe, and their concrete machinery is #1 in global sales. That company is SANY Heavy Industry. You might not have heard the name, or maybe you have. Either way, let me give you a quick 1-minute intro. SANY is China's largest construction machinery manufacturer. From excavators and cranes to concrete machinery, they're in over 100 countries and regions. Even more impressive, it's one of only 3 companies in the global heavy industry to have its plants recognized as lighthouse factories. Now, many of you might be wondering, what exactly is a lighthouse factory? It refers to the world's most advanced smart manufacturing plants, representing the absolute pinnacle of the manufacturing industry. Last week, I attended a SANY workshop on global grand strategy. It was packed with insights, and I found it incredibly inspiring. Today, I'm going to break down the core takeaways from that training for you. Let's look at how a Chinese manufacturer fought its way out of the price war swamp and established a firm foothold in the global high-end market. What are the 5 things they did right? And what can the millions of Chinese factories, trade professionals, and manufacturing bosses learn from them? More importantly, as small to medium factory owners, how can we use Sonia's experience to find our own path to brand upgrading? This video is full of practical, real-world insights, so let's get started. First, let's talk about SANY's core philosophy. Their value proposition is just 6 words: quality changes the world. That sounds like just another slogan, doesn't it? But SANY has truly etched those words into their very core. So how did they actually do it? They built a brand house. What's a brand house? It's 1 value proposition, 2 supporting pillars, and 5 practical strategies. SANY believes the company's purpose is to create value for customers through superior product quality. It's not about low prices or who you know. It's about genuine product strength. The other pillar is internal support. Quality is life and dignity. This isn't just a sign on the wall like at many other factories. SANY has a red and black card system. If there's a quality issue, the person responsible gets a black card. If the quality's excellent, you'll get a red card. This isn't just big tech formalism. It's directly tied to your performance and promotions. They also ran quality upgrade campaigns. For instance, if the cab's paint wasn't shiny enough, they form a special team just to study how to make it brighter. If the cab wasn't comfortable enough, they'd improve the ergonomics, not letting a single detail slide. As mentioned, SANY has built the only 3 lighthouse factories in the global heavy industry, and they own all of them. They use digital and intelligent means to ensure 0 defects in their products. This is the underlying logic of SANY Heavy Industry. They let quality speak for itself and use it to earn the respect of their customers. Now, many factory owners think branding is just about packaging and throwing money at advertising. But SANY tells us that the first foundation of a brand is product quality. Without a solid product, all brand communication is just a castle in the air. So what can you do? Starting today, you can also launch a quality upgrade campaign in your own factory. It's not about shouting slogans, but about making real improvements, starting from the details of your factory. For example, could your product packaging be more exquisite? Could your manuals be more professional? And can your workshop maintain 5S cleanliness every day? These details are what customers see and remember when they visit your factory. You don't need to spend tens of millions to build a lighthouse factory, but you can spend a few hundred to tidy up your sample room. That's the first step in brand upgrading. SANY has its core strategies. The first one is the exhibitions that we in the manufacturing industry attend every year. Many bosses think an exhibition is just setting up a booth, handing out flyers, and having old and new customers take a look. But SANY tells you that the approach to exhibitions is phased. The first stage is grabbing attention. When you're just entering a new market and no one in that country knows you, what should you do? You use the largest booth, the tallest equipment, and the flashiest lights to grab everyone's attention. Let them know a Chinese brand has arrived. The second stage is showing your strengths. Once everyone knows you, you have to prove that you're better than your competitors. At this point, you need to showcase your product power. The largest excavator, the tallest crane, the smartest solution, this is what SANY showcases at exhibitions. Let customers see you're not just there for the show, you're there to take over the market. The third stage is telling a story. Once you've gained a foothold in the market, you need to start conveying value. At this stage, it's no longer about how great your product is, but about the changes you've brought to your customers. For instance, at European exhibitions, SANY never just displays machines. They use musicals to tell the story of how they help European customers achieve a green transition. From grabbing attention at the start, to showing strength in the middle, to telling deep stories, this is the three-step jump for attending exhibitions in a new market. The takeaway for small and medium factory owners is that many stay stuck in the attention-grabbing stage. Big booths, many samples, bright lights. But SANY tells you that your exhibition strategy must match your market stage. This was very inspiring for me because I often organize exhibitions. So before I attend the next trade show, I'll ask myself 3 questions. What stage is my target market currently in? Am I a new entrant, or do I already have some brand recognition? If I'm just starting out, can my booth be seen at a glance? Are there enough products and displays to catch people's eyes? If I already have some recognition in this market, can my booth leave an impression on customers? Is there a unique product or technology display? And if I've already deeply cultivated this market and have a large share, can my booth make new customers remember me? Do I have a solid case study, a story that truly touches people's hearts? For us in manufacturing, attending trade shows is never just about setting up a stall. It's our stage. Our factory is the lead actor and the customers are the audience. Whatever you perform is what the customers see. Now, the second strategy is service. SANY gave a classic example, and it happened in Indonesia. As everyone knows, the Indonesian market has always been Komatsu's territory. Komatsu has been there for decades, and their service system is very mature locally. When SANY first entered, nobody bought anything. So what did they do? They used service to win this turnaround battle. Let's see exactly what SANY did. First, SANY invested 3 times the service resources of Komatsu. Komatsu's man-to-machine ratio was 1:100, meaning 1 service engineer for 100 units, but SANY pushed it to 1:30 or 1:35. If you have 100 units, I'll give you 3 engineers. Second, SANY's spare parts inventory is twice that of its competitors. Komatsu's parts might take a week to arrive, but SANY's parts are like the Indonesian version of JD Express. They arrive within 24 hours. Third, service response time. SANY calculates it by the hour. If your equipment breaks, Komatsu might take 2 days to come fix it, but SANY's promise is to be on site within 4 hours. So after these 3 major moves, what was the result in the Indonesian market? The result was being number 1 in service, which led to being number 1 in sales. Customers found that although SANY's prices weren't cheap, if equipment broke, someone fixed it immediately. Parts were always available and service was on call. In the end, the total cost was actually lower. Just like that, SANY managed to snatch a huge market share right out of Komatsu's mouth in Indonesia. The lesson for Chinese factories is that many of us in foreign trade always think price is the only competitive edge. When customers push for lower prices, we cut them. In the end, profits vanish, and customers think your product wasn't worth much to begin with. But SANY showed us that service is where we can create the greatest differentiation. If your price is low, competitors can always go lower, but if your service is great, they can't catch up. So what can we do? Find a service gap in your industry, and then pour resources into it. For example, if your competitor's response time is 24 hours, can you do it in 12? If their parts take a week, can you do it in 48 hours like SANY? Does your competitor offer technical support? Can you provide free technical training? You don't need to surpass competitors in every aspect. You just need to do one thing they can't. This is asymmetric competition, and it's a chance for our small and medium factories to overtake big brands. Now, SANY Heavy Industry has an even more impressive third trick, customer return. It's the first time I've heard the term. What's it mean? They invite overseas clients to China to tour SANY's factories and see the modernization of Chinese manufacturing firsthand. You might ask, what's so special about that? Lots of companies do customer follow-ups, but SANY's approach is truly on another level. First off, SANY takes you to see their lighthouse factory. When customers arrive in Changsha, SANY first brings them there. That factory is fully automated and intelligent, with robots running around everywhere and big data screens for real-time monitoring. Customers are absolutely floored. They had no idea Chinese manufacturing had reached this level. After the factory tour, SANY invites customers to take the high-speed rail to Beijing. Traveling at over 300 kilometers per hour, it's as smooth as level ground. The customers are amazed, seeing how advanced China's infrastructure is. This is where SANY uses external strengths. Once in Beijing, SANY hosts a banquet. This isn't just any business dinner. It's a high-spec, customized reception that's practically at the level of a state banquet. For instance, they'll use the national flower of the customer's home country as the theme. They even turn the customer's name into an acrostic poem printed on the menu. Throughout the whole event, the customer feels completely honored and respected. After all this, the customer's impression of made in China is completely transformed, shifting from cheap goods to high quality. Internally, SANY calls this process eliminating stereotypes and building brand prestige. For those of us with more modest factories, while we certainly don't have a budget as big as SANY's, we can still learn from their mindset. For example, when a customer visits, is the workshop clean and tidy? Are there snacks and tea in the meeting room? Are the materials we provide professional and exquisite? And is that first meal we treat them to tailored to their taste and thoughtfully arranged? Details are our best brand. A customer won't trust you just because you treated them to a big meal, but they will find you reliable because every single detail is handled perfectly. I know a hardware tool salesman who prepares a small gift every time he hosts an overseas client, a custom tool engraved with the client's name. It's certainly not expensive, but the customers are always deeply moved. That sense of exclusivity is incredibly powerful. He told me that after the customers go home, they might not remember all the product specs, but they'll definitely remember that wrench with their name on it. That is the power of detail.